Outdoor Adventure Skills, Scoutcraft, Section 4.2, Knots. In this one, we'll cover off the figure eight, the bowline, the trucker's hitch, sheet bend, and whip the end. Figure eight is a simple knot. You make a loop with the free end that's on being held that came across the circle. You run around behind the tree, up and back down the hole. And there you see the very distinctive shape of the figure eight because it looks like a number 8. And there it is. One more time. Make a loop with the rope that crossed over, come around the tree, up and back down through the hole. The figure eight is known as a stopping knot. If you were running it through the rope through a pulley, or you wanted a notice when something is coming towards the end of the rope, like say you're spooling out rope and you want to know when you're getting to the end and you need to hang on, a figure eight knot at the end of your rope will come in very helpful. One more time, crossing over, the part that crossed over, come around behind, and back down through the hole, and there we go. 3 figure eight knots. Bowline knot. This knot comes in very handy for when you need to make a secure loop at the end of a rope, or even in the middle of the rope if need be. Most of the time you see it at the end. A lot of times for attaching painter lines to your canoe or other water vehicles. You start off, you make a loop, crossing over. So you see the black part here. This part on the left needs to be fairly long because you're going to be making a loop with the rope that's out on the left hand side here. You come up through the circle, around the back, go around the back of the rope, come back down through that circle and pull. And there is a bowline knot. And that's how distinctive it looks. Again, make a circle, crossing over. The part that's crossing over will form the loop. Come up through the hole, around the back of the rope, and back down through the hole, and pull. And there's our loop. One more time. Yellow rope, crossing over, yellow end, coming up through the hole, around the back, back down through the hole, and pull. That is the bowline knot. Trucker's hitch. Back in Scoutcraft 1.1, we had to hang a ditty bag line where we used the round turn with 2 half hitches. But we also found that the rope could not get really tight. The trucker's hitch takes care of that. I first learned this knot a long time ago when I was trying to carry a canoe on the top of my car, and I could not get it tight. A friend of mine showed me the trucker's hitch, and it really secured the canoe, and I've been using that knot ever since. But we'll start with on the round part and do the round turn and 2 half hitches just to secure the rope. So I'm not doing a full turn around because I don't have enough rope. Well, actually I do on this one. So as we go towards the next tree, we go around it, but we need to provide a place to secure this knot and to make it tight. So we make a loop, and the part of the rope that goes towards where we still have to tie, we pull that through the loop, through the circle, and now we have a loop. Now the part that went around the tree, we bring it in, pull it through the loop, and as we tighten it, we get a very tight line here. Normally, this knot I would try and have a little bit further out here so it wasn't right against the tree. but we'll see if I'm able to tie it. So now you want to secure this line, keeping this tight, so you can just push with your finger here, and that will secure the rope. And I will come around behind, and now I'm going to secure it with a half hitch. There's a half hitch. I'll do another one just to make sure. And there. You now have a trucker's hitch, starting off with round turn, 2 half hitches, and a trucker's hitch on this end. I'll do it again and try moving this piece of rope so it's further over here so I can tie it off, because you can see it got a little slack when I put the 2 half hitches on. I'll show you the trucker's hitch again. I'll start off with using my yellow rope, 2 half hitches, it's actually a reef knot, get that secured, there we go, go around my fake tree, and now I need to make my circle. Now the part of the rope that goes towards where I still need to tie, I pull through the circle and I create a loop. I don't want it very big, I want it fairly small, because I want to keep this away from the tree. I come back through, go through that loop from around the tree, and I pull and pull to get it nice and tight. There we go. So now you can see I got it away from the tree. This time I'll be able to pinch and tie a half hitch tightly there. There we go. Now I can tie another half hitch, just use up my excess rope. And there we go. Now, the nice thing about the trucker's hitch, when you're taking it apart, I'll show you that with the white rope, is as you take it apart, you undo the half hitches, which can be pretty hard to do if you really got it a nice tight line. You pull that through. Now you got this loop here, but you keep the other side secured, and as you pull, it pops out. So you don't have to worry about crimping that rope too much. That is the trucker's hitch. Sheet bend. This is a knot used for tying 2 different sizes of ropes together. In the previous section in 3.1 we talked about using the fisherman's knot for tying 2 types of rope that are the same size together, while the sheet bend is for 2 different sizes. So I can take my yellow rope, fold it so I've got a bend in it. Now I take my red rope, pick up the yellow, red rope, I'm going to come out through the hole, around the back of the tree, and this time I'm going to cross, come back and cross under my red, and as I pull it tight, it draws the yellow rope together, and you see that with the red rope going underneath, as I pull the tension on this rope on the left, it forces this to lock together. So this is now a very tight and secured knot. I'll do it again. Put a bend in the white rope. The red rope comes in, up through the hole, around the back, crossing back under the red, but staying on top of the white. And you pull and secure the 2 ropes together. Sheet bend knot. Last section is to talking about whip the end. We don't have to do that very much anymore. That was something that you really had to do a lot with the natural fiber ropes. So when I provided the instructions on preparing ropes for tying knots, I had you wrap electrical tape around the ends, and then the ends got melted. So there is the end of this rope, and it melted. Because most of the ropes that we have nowadays are actually made out of plastic, and they melt. And when they melt, they bond so that the ends don't fray anymore. The whole purpose of whipping the end of the rope is to stop it from fraying. So this white rope is braided, not color coded.